With advanced features such as voice assistance, crash detection, call and text support, and long battery lives, modern smartwatches are far more than just an accessory. And thanks to powerful sensors and extensive app suites, they've become one of the most popular health and fitness trackers too, based on both our hands-on testing and insights from experts. We named the Apple Watch Ultra 2 the best smartwatch overall due to its new processor, long battery life, storage capacity, high-quality titanium materials, sleep tracking capabilities, women's wellness features, and advanced workout metric feature suite. The original Apple Watch Ultra was the most radical redesign to the watch that Apple has ever attempted. It was something entirely new, a great innovation, one that was celebrated, and the best Apple Watch we'd ever seen. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is also very good because it's mostly the same watch, a smattering of other features, including Siri, no longer needed to connect to the cloud. While a couple of alterations to the Depth app round out the changes, it's also stepped up its eco-credentials, with recycled materials both inside and outside the watch. New bands also share this ethos, with an increased emphasis on sustainability fostering new design. At first glance, just like the Series 9, the Apple Watch Ultra 2 is more or less identical to its predecessor. Both share the same solid titanium body, the protruding casing housing the digital crown and the side button, and the now iconic orange action button. Microphone and speaker placement also match the original exactly. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 still has the same standout adventuring features its predecessor did, such as next-level GPS tracking, using the action button to emit a warning siren for assistance, durability in high and low temperatures, and the Oceanic Plus app, which turns the watch into a working dive computer. If you want to check that one out, we had a real diving instructor test the Apple Watch Ultra to see how it did. Since filing my hands-on review of the Ultra 2, which was based on just a few hours using the smartwatch, I've been testing it more thoroughly, wearing it on several runs, during strength training workouts, while sleeping and otherwise putting it through its paces, paired with an iPhone 13 running iOS 17. As in my Apple Watch Series 9 review, I won't go too much into the changes ushered in by watchOS 10, save for saying I'm slightly disappointed that a new functionality for the action button hasn't really come to light. Released in 2023, the Series 9 model builds upon the Apple Watch legacy. Similar to the Ultra 2, the Series 9 supports a double tap gesture that allows you to control your phone by simply tapping your index finger and thumb together. With this feature, you can do everything from answering calls, snoozing your morning alarm, playing or pausing media, ending timers, and more. With the new Series 9, you no longer need an active connection for Siri, since the watch can now process requests without it. Not to mention, due to crash detection, the watch can also detect when you are involved in a car crash and will connect you to emergency services, among other features. The Series 9 is excellent for daily users and athletes looking to track their health journey. Former University of San Diego track athlete Emma Clark said she replaced her Garmin Forerunner with an Apple Watch when she retired from competition. For someone who lives an active lifestyle but is no longer competing competitively, it makes the most sense to have a watch integrated with important things on my phone, like my calendar and messages, Clark said. Google's second-generation Pixel Watch 2 improves in one key area. It has a longer battery life than the original Pixel Watch. This is achieved through a slightly larger battery capacity, but even more of this improvement is due to the modern Qualcomm processor found at the watch's core. Fitbit development includes improved stress tracking thanks partly to the CDA measurements, stress management score, and skin temperature sensor. We also now have pace and heart rate zone alerts that can be set before the start of your exercise. Another part of the stress management aspect is logging your mood and completing mindfulness sessions. I appreciate this focus on mental health as it helps me take a break during the day and evaluate my physical and emotional state. Slowing down and reflecting is always important to do. One of the best functions of the Pixel Watch 2, which even beats out the Apple Watch, is the focus on safety. The Apple Watch can appear in your Find My application, and you can share your location with family and friends. But that's a passive setting that requires people to physically check the app to find you. The display still has that too large black bezel around its bright 320 ppi face, but the screen is now running in always-on mode by default, while still maintaining 24-hour battery life. If you're up for sleeping with the watch, remember it's lighter for more bedtime comfort. You may appreciate that it can charge a lot faster. Now thanks to 4 physical charging pins on the back, which is a switch from the induction charging found on the last model, Google claims you can get a 50% charge in less than 30 minutes. Which means if you want a quick charge before bedtime, and maybe don't want to charge up again when you wake up and head out to work, it's possible with the Pixel Watch 2. Also, if you're looking for more sleep data, the Pixel Watch 2 has you covered with a new skin temperature sensor. And for when you're awake, the new continuous electrodermal activity sensor could help detect signs of stress. Overall, this looks like a smart, albeit safe update. Google didn't attempt a wholesale outer redesign, but it's changed almost everything under the hood, from the CPU to most of the key sensors, and even the charging methodology with Wear OS 4.0, safety enhancements, and some new Fitbit capabilities. This is an excellent smartwatch update, a more significant increase in performance than the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6's iterative update, and a clear-cut choice for best Wear OS watch overall. Google's original Pixel Watch was one of the best-looking smartwatches on the market, and its successor, the Google Pixel Watch 2, measures up to that standard. After a less than stellar introduction to the world of smartwatches with the original OnePlus watch in 2021, OnePlus is back with its second effort, and it's a different beast entirely. Rather than relying on its own software, OnePlus' latest wearable uses Google's Wear OS platform to deliver a comprehensive set of features that will satisfy even the most demanding user. Anyone who's familiar with Wear OS will know that poor battery life is its biggest hurdle, and OnePlus manages to leap right over it with an ingenious solution. This watch has 2 processors and 2 operating systems working in tandem. One handles all the basic functions like telling the time and counting steps, while the other tackles the more complex stuff. Depending on your usage, you really can achieve 100 hours on a single charge. The OnePlus Watch 2 offers a tasteful design, but its large dimensions mean that it's less suited to those with petite wrists. It feels quality throughout, but I can't help but wish for a functional rotating crown. This one can be rotated, but it doesn't do anything, it's just a circular button. The OnePlus Watch 2 immediately gives the impression of quality. It's dense, heavy, and shiny, as you'd expect a high-end watch to be. However, the downsides to this design are immediately apparent too. It's a big, thick watch, and it's only available in a single 46 mm case size. This means it's not going to be for everyone. I'm a big guy, and even on my wrists it felt a little large and heavy. I can certainly imagine it looking ridiculous on those with slim wrists. Since the Watch 2 runs Wear OS, it integrates seamlessly with all of Google's services like Google Calendar, Google Fit, Google Wallet, Maps, and more. As someone who relies on Google for most of my digital life, it's blissful not having to manually link any of these services. The big thing that sets this watch apart is its battery life. I like to use my smartwatches with everything enabled, and the always-on display active, essentially the worst-case scenario for battery life. Even still, I was able to manage around 3 days per charge when I wasn't using GPS.